Hey, babe. I want you to try to do the 6ix9ine impression.
All right.
Okay. So I'll do it first, all right?
All right.
Yo, like literally, you're mad fucking beautiful, you feel me?
I want you to say,
Y'all know the fucking vibes.
Y'all.
yalla.
Y'all know. Wait, let's try the Scarface one.
Okay. I fucking love you, man. I want you to be the love of my life.
Okay, how do I do the face?
I want you like this. Like you smell something nasty.
Wait, what?
It's 3:11 p.m. in downtown San Diego. A man steps off the elevator of a luxury high-rise and walks calmly down the hall. No panic. No hesitation. Just confidence, like he's been there before. In his hand, a phone. In his waistband, a gun. Security cameras capture every step. He doesn't knock. He doesn't announce himself. He unlocks the door with a copy of the key, walks inside, and within minutes, 2 people are dead. One is a 28-year-old woman, shot execution style in her own apartment. The other, a man she was seen with just once before. Their bodies are left behind. He doesn't call 911. He doesn't cry. Instead, he drives to a local school, picks up his 5-year-old daughter, and says just 7 chilling words. I hurt mommy. I shot her. That man? He wasn't a stranger. He was her husband. And more than that, he was a rising internet star with millions of followers. You knew him as Jin Kid. You laughed at his TikTok skits, watched his Scarface impressions, and maybe even shared one of his videos. But while the world was scrolling, he was spiraling. And behind the fame, the marriage was cracking. There were warning signs: paranoia, rage, stalking, and secret surveillance. But no one expected this. So what drove a viral content creator to commit one of the most calculated domestic murders San Diego has ever seen? And what secret was playing through his headphones in the final seconds before he pulled the trigger? Before her name made headlines, Ana Abuelabin was just trying to build a better life, not just for herself but for her daughter. She was 28 years old, smart, soft-spoken, and above all, devoted to her little girl. Friends described her as the kind of person who lit up when she talked about motherhood. She would laugh with her daughter in grocery store aisles, record silly videos at home, and always kept routine stable, even when her personal life wasn't. Ana was originally from Virginia Beach, raised in a close-knit Filipino-American family. Her upbringing was humble, structured, protective, loving. She was especially close to her mother, who would later become a fierce advocate for justice in court. In 2017, Ana married Ali Abuelabin. Back then he was charming, funny, and full of ambition. The couple moved to San Diego, and while Ali chased online fame, Ana kept their life grounded, organizing the home, raising their daughter, and keeping the peace. But slowly things changed. As Ali's TikTok account Jin Kid began blowing up, drawing millions of views, Ana's world became smaller. Friends say she became quieter, more anxious. She confided in people close to her that Ali had become controlling. He'd monitor her movements, criticize how she dressed, and accuse her of cheating constantly, even when she'd just gone to lunch with a friend. By early 2021, their marriage was unraveling. Ana started spending more time with her daughter and less with Ali, often escaping to stay with friends or family just to get space. She began quietly making moves to separate, emotionally and physically. By October, she had finally asked him to leave the apartment. At first, it looked like she was rebuilding. She was reconnecting with friends, going out again, and regaining her sense of self. A friend later testified that Ana wasn't dating anyone seriously, just trying to breathe again, to live like herself without fear. But what Ana didn't know was that even after he moved out, Ali was still inside. He had snuck back into the apartment days earlier, stolen a key card, and installed a listening device on their daughter's iPad, one Ana never thought to check. She thought she was free. But in reality he was still listening, and already planning what would come next. October 21, 2021. A clear Thursday afternoon in San Diego. Inside Unit 35C of the Spire San Diego apartments, Ana Abuelabin is sitting in her living room with a friend, Rayburn Barron, a 29-year-old recently divorced father who'd only been in her life a short time. They weren't in a relationship. Rayburn had simply come over to talk, maybe watch TV, nothing more. They didn't know someone else was already in the building. Ali Abuelabin had used a stolen keycard to get past security. Just hours earlier he'd been at a hotel, where he'd used cocaine and played audio through the iPad he'd secretly bugged. When he heard a man's voice inside the apartment, he snapped. He parked his car, rode the elevator up, and around 3:11 p.m., security footage shows him entering the apartment without hesitation. He doesn't yell. There's no argument. Within seconds, he pulls a handgun from his waistband and shoots Rayburn first. One bullet point blank to the head. Then he turns the gun on Anna. Witnesses later described hearing a second gunshot echo through the floor. When investigators arrived, they found both victims lying near the living room couch. No signs of a struggle. No forced entry. No defensive wounds. Just two bodies. Two clean shots. One cold execution. But the most chilling detail? He didn't run. Ali calmly walked out, got back in his car, and drove to pick up his 5-year-old daughter from school. According to the arrest affidavit, as they drove off, he turned to her and said, "I hurt Mommy. I shot her." Later that evening, Ali would confess the entire thing to police. He told them where to find the gun. Told them what he heard on the iPad. Told them he meant to do it. There was no mystery left in what happened. Only one burning question. What? By the time Ali Abulabin was arrested, millions already knew his face. Online he was Jin Kid, a TikTok comedian known for his sharp impressions, especially of Tony Montana from Scarface. His videos were slick, fast-paced, and addictive. His following? Over 1 million strong across platforms. But behind the punchlines was a man unraveling. Ali was born in Virginia and came from a military family. He wasn't raised around violence, at least not the kind he'd later unleash. He married Anna in 2017, and by the time they moved to San Diego, things looked perfect from the outside. But the fame changed him. Or maybe it just exposed what was already there. Friends and family would later tell investigators that Ali had become paranoid and controlling. He didn't trust Anna. He constantly accused her of cheating. He would follow her, check her phone, and demand she explain where she'd been, even if she just stepped outside for air. He began using cocaine heavily, especially in the weeks leading up to the murders. He stopped sleeping. He stopped making sense. Anna tried to leave more than once. And in October 2021, she finally forced him out of their apartment. But Ali didn't walk away. Instead, he went back without her knowing. He stole a keycard. He installed a listening app on his daughter's iPad, turning it into a surveillance device. He could listen to everything that happened in the apartment live from his phone. So when he heard a man's voice through the speaker on October 21, he didn't ask questions. He made a decision. According to court testimony, Ali told investigators he felt like he was losing control of his family, like Anna was slipping away. And if he couldn't have her, no one else could. This wasn't a crime of passion. It was a premeditated execution fueled by obsession, inflated ego, and the belief that Anna's life and death still belonged to him. In the early days of the investigation, the story seemed tragically simple. A jealous husband snaps, kills his wife and her new boyfriend. But that narrative wasn't just wrong, it was dangerously wrong. Because the man Ali murdered alongside Anna, Rayburn Barron, wasn't her lover. According to police and witness testimony, Anna and Rayburn had only met a few days before. They were casual acquaintances. There was no relationship, no affair, no secret romance. He had stopped by the apartment to hang out, nothing more. But in Ali's mind, the moment he heard another man's voice in his home, the script was already written. And here's the most chilling part. Ali didn't confront anyone. He didn't ask questions. He didn't knock. He listened. He built a story in his head. And then he acted on it, like it was already fact. During the trial, prosecutors revealed that Ali had been practicing scenarios in his head, mentally preparing himself for the possibility of catching Anna with someone else. But it was all fiction. There was no betrayal. Only his paranoia. Even more disturbing? Just hours before the murders, Ali was still uploading content, still playing the role of Jin Kid, still smiling on camera, still scripting scenes for laughs, while real-life violence sat just beneath the surface. It wasn't just the motive that cracked. It was the illusion that we knew who this man really was. Behind the Scarface impressions and slick edits was a man who didn't just kill in cold blood. He did it believing he was the victim. In May 2024, after months of testimony, surveillance footage, expert analysis, and Ali's own confession, a jury convicted him of 2 counts of first-degree murder. At sentencing, the judge made it final. Ali Abulabin would spend the rest of his life behind bars. 2 consecutive 25 to life terms. No early release. No chance of turning this into a redemption story. But for those left behind, justice doesn't always feel like closure. Anna's mother stood in court, trembling as she described the moment she got the call, the way she collapsed to the floor, unable to breathe. Her daughter was gone. Her granddaughter, now 5, had witnessed the aftermath. The child had lost both parents in a single day. She'll spend the rest of her life being raised by family members, living with a reality she never asked for. And what about the other victim? Rayburn Barron, 29, newly divorced, a father himself, became collateral damage in someone else's fantasy. His family described him as kind, easygoing, just trying to rebuild his life. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but the truth is he never should have been in danger at all. The murders triggered national conversations about domestic violence, influencer obsession, and digital control, about how social media can mask dangerous behavior, about how an abuser can still reach you even after they're gone. And one question still echoes as the courtroom empties and the internet moves on. How many red flags does it take before someone steps in? Because Ali Abulabin didn't just wake up one day and decide to kill. He was unraveling in plain sight, filming, spiraling, controlling, all while millions watched. We saw the character. We missed the warning signs. And by the time the mask slipped, it was already too late.